What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the second episode of The World's Finest Assassin. This one's titled Deal of Reincarnation. So I guess we're going to continue the talk that we had with the goddess from last time in discussing what the deal of being reincarnated into this world entails. Because our job is to kill the hero for whatever reason. That's going to probably be explained in this point as to why we need to, at what stage the hero is. Like, is this a hero that's up and coming? Is this a hero that's well established? A hero that's already completed his mission? What type of deal do we have here? Hence, what deal of reincarnation we have. First episode just came off of, and thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, the OP was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot. I love the style of the song. The animation style was very nice. I liked it. It's Silverlink, so I was always going to be like, okay, this will look good. It won't look like super high-end, fantastic, mega or anything, like what you'd expect from maybe Mappa or Wit Studio or something like that, although Wit Studio is currently in a bit of a financial crisis, as far as I'm aware. Aren't they, like, massively in debt or something? I remember seeing a news story about Wit Studio being in a bit of trouble. Anyway, but yeah, like, I'm not expecting, like, supreme animation quality in that sense. I'm expecting it to be just solid, as I'd expect from Silverlink. And it delivered. We got to see both sides of the world as well. We got to see his pre-life for most of the episode, I think, in that second half. I think we spent more time with his new life than with the reincarnation world. But we did see the reincarnation world. We saw the magic and firearm blends that they're going for, which I find quite interesting. I'm curious to see if that's something that already exists in this world, or if that's something he's bringing over with his knowledge of firearms and such. If he can make that work with the magic of this world, like... The goddess described this as a world of swords and sorcery, so it's entirely possible that whilst magic and blades and such exist, it's possible that firearms are something new that maybe this family that I'm assuming he's going to be reincarnated in might benefit from his reincarnation. The other thing I was curious about is he going to reincarnate as a 20-something into the family, or a teenager into the family, and just be, like, established and just take over? Or is he going to be born as a baby and regrow back into it? Because there are different ways you can deal with reincarnating into another world, and I think it can affect the dynamic of that character in it. But talking of our main character, I love him. Like, he's the type of main character I want in this type of story. I don't want a flimsy excuse of a male character. I want someone who's confident, who knows what he's talking about, has experience, has loads of strengths for him, but also still has his weakness. And I feel like his emotional ties might be something that eventually becomes a problem for him. Because as he said, emotions get in the way when you're an assassin. If you feel emotion, your judgment's going to be clouded, and your mission will not go off as smoothly as you know you can make it. And since he was brought up in the organization and was trained for it, and that's his life, essentially, up until this point. I don't know how old he was. He said he was born in 55, I believe. So if he was... I don't know when this is set, necessarily, but that would make him about 65, 66 today, depending on what date he was born. I didn't see the day, I just saw 1955. So he's in his mid-60s at this point, depending on when this was set. So... he's had a lot of time and experience to build up on that. And I think that's something that's very interesting to me as well. Like, when you have a reincarnation, isekai, usually the character is a teenager or something along those lines, because that's pandering to the audience you have, and therefore makes a self-insert much easier, and makes you think, oh, what if I was in that world? Whereas with something like this, it means you can have a more what's the word I'm looking for here? What is the word I'm looking for? I don't know what I'm thinking of. A more established character, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, a character who can stand up on his own before we even put any actual development into the show. Like, we've got 12 episodes here total, right? Is it a 12-episode show or 13? 12 episodes. So we've got a 12-episode show here to build up his character and to have him grow as a character, etc., etc. But he already has such a well-established base that we can build off of. And I think that's something that a lot of shows don't do for some reason. Like I said, for the self-insert purposes mainly, but I feel like you build up your main character as a solid character first and foremost, then let them grow beyond that, rather than starting them off as something, like, almost detestable in a way, and then make them redeemable. Like, I don't think redemption is as appealing to me as just straight up growth and straight up narrative storytelling through that. But maybe that's a personal preference of mine. But I love to see shows like this do that. So anyway, was there anything else I needed to mention? Fan service. We got a little bit of it thanks to pulling the gun out from underneath the skirt. Therefore, you get the panty shots, etc. But mostly tastefully done and wasn't too invasive. So I'm perfectly fine with it right now. I'm sure it will increase as we meet the girls and spend more time with them in daily lives. But other than that, I don't see it is going to be a problem. Like Meruko or Miyaruko, however you pronounce it properly. That had more invasive fan service than this so far, I think. We'll see what the second episode deals with, of course. The second episode's fan service was much more invasive, I think. Relatively, yeah. Even in Miyaruko, it wasn't super invasive, so I didn't mind it so much, but you could tell it was there. This one, we'll see. But I'm already super invested into the series, and I think that's something that doesn't tend to happen too often in anime, is that I'm invested right from episode 1. It Invaded managed that. I remember that. Millionaire Detective managed that. Jobless Reincarnation, I think, did that as well, but that was also just because of the animation quality being quite the surprise as well, and being just like, oh wow, this looks good. So maybe that was carrying a bit more than just the outright premise. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe Vanitas, although Vanitas took a while to grow on me overall. But yeah, I'm re-enjoying the show, and I'm super excited to get into more, so I'm going to shut up and we're actually going to watch the show, because I've been talking too long. Like, I know I've only been talking like 6 minutes or so, but still, that's too long. We need to watch the show. We want to watch. I'm enjoying the show. Let's watch it. Anyway, as per usual, these are timer-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in picture, go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gives you access to all picture in picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from my seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Sinfo Gear, and Log Horizon. Still continuing on with most of those shows. We'll be finishing off Log Horizon. We'll be finishing off World Trigger, or at least getting ready for Season 3 of World Trigger by the end of this season. So that might open up another slot on the winter timetable. I will post more information on Discord about that if you want to come chat on Discord about all the shows that are currently going on, as well as more up-to-date announcements and stuff when things are changing. I typically record these anywhere up to 24 hours before the video goes out, so by the time you're watching this, this should be coming out at 2 p.m. my time. I'm recording it at about 5 p.m. So, yeah, like, what is that? 21 hours difference. So, yeah, things can change in 21 hours. So, yeah, you just gotta keep an eye on those sorts of things. But anyway, here on YouTube, though, we have 2 timer based. So, bottom left of the screen, you'll see a timer for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play Isekai episode, Isekai episode, and we should be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll, since they're the ones who have licensed the series here in the West. No logos or anything, we're just going straight into the episode. We've got the title card up here, which makes me think they might be skipping the OP this time, which, honestly, is a surprise for episode 2. It means you're putting a lot more time into the episode, but also it means we don't get a bopping OP, which is kind of a shame, because I really like the OP so far, and I want to hear more of it, but oh well, if it means more time spent on the episode, I can't complain about that. I mean, ReZero did that a lot to great effect, so fair play to them. Anyway, you can also use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you synced up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into second episode of World's Finest Assassin, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Very stereotypical noise. Episode 2, Deal of Reincarnation. Yeah, I think we're just skipping the OP then. Back to the goddess. Yep, just straight up skipping OP. Cool. Yes, obviously. Cleanse and recycle. Interesting. Interesting. Sit down for tea, okay. We Ekadonna now? Wait, what? Yeah. I feel like I recognize her voice, but I just can't pinpoint it. Yeah, it's New Game Plus, basically. Wants to know more about the target. Good. Those look good. Hmm. But you felt frustration for the first time. Mm-hmm. You want to... He does want to live his own life. Okay, good to know. He wants to have more experiences. It's not limiting. That's good. Is there a time limit on the job, though? That's the thing. Mm-hmm. You have until you're 18, okay. So he is going to be reborn from start. Just straight up imparting all the knowledge, okay. So he's not going to be starting off with a blank slate. Between middle and modern, okay. Mm-hmm. So physical aspects are higher, and of course magic. Okay. Virus man, okay. So the age of 16, okay. The hell motivates him to use that? Okay, so he has 2 years after the hero saves the world. Mm-hmm. Right, because he's the hero. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how standard your abilities would necessarily be. More as mages. Can only be killed by an assassin, okay. It's very confident. But okay. Okay. 5 at random, okay. 5, but you choose, okay. And choose, man. Full choice to specialize for this mission. I like this guy. He asks questions. He's thinking about this. Mm-hmm. That's allowed, okay. Uh-huh. So it has to be after the 16. So he has a 2-year gap. Okay, good to have that established. Mm-hmm. That's an important distinction. Mm-hmm. Wants the world to be saved. Okay, so there is that clause. But it sounds like it's even harder to do that. It's just easier to kill him than to... Okay. God, that's a lot. Jesus Christ, okay. How long do we have? 1 from each rank, okay. Jesus Christ. 5 arrests, oh god. Most efficient combination of 5. 1 in 100. Ooh. Rapid recovery. That's very useful, yes. That's a good pick. Obviously, we don't get to see all the other choices, but that's still a very good one. 1 in a million of getting A rank, okay. Creating new spells. Oh, how is that not an S rank? That feels like that should be an S rank. That feels very powerful for an A rank. But it's a very good choice as well. 1 in 10,000, okay. Limitless growth. That's also a very good one. See a 1 in 100. What are we getting? Martial arts, okay. That makes sense. Not be overly reliant on a weapon. And finally, D rank. Everyone gets a D rank skill. Oh. And they're not going to tell us what it is. It's going to be a surprise when we get to use it for the first time, okay. Basic attributes, yes. Light and dark, okay. That makes sense. Wants all 4 basic, okay. Alright. He seems very happy with his choice. I'm curious what that D rank skill is going to be. Something that seems so... They all make sense, though. Yeah. Alright, here we go. I'm super curious what this D rank skill could be. Toi de... I can say it, yeah. Of course. Alright. Yeah. 1 mission to have a complete new life. Apologies if you can hear the bike driving in the background. Being born. There's mother. Lu, okay. Lug. Okay, they are pronouncing the G, okay. Lug to a... God, that's a hard name to pronounce. So basically, they are going to raise him as an assassin. I've already lost 1. Okay. 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 Tuahade. 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 I need to try and remember how to pronounce that. Tuahade. Alvin Kingdom, okay. Alright. Pretty scenic location. We hunting? Or training for a mission? Hmm. So you're 7 years old, and you're okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Doesn't say he's good. Okay, just saying he's good. Yeah, he's bringing knowledge of other world foods as well. Mm-hmm. 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 You made the pot as well, okay. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's actually an interesting way of saying how the character. Ooh. God, I'm getting hungry now. Mm-hmm. You probably could, yeah. For this world, it is. Hey, Harvest Festival. That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is very ominous. Okay. What's the purpose of this? Is it for examining certain muscles and, like, their growth and development? I guess? That's the only thing I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Medical experts as well, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So they follow from the royal family. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. I like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Operation? The mystic... Oh, okay. Hmm. Ah, okay. Hmm. Very useful to have. Mm-hmm. He's only 7. Jesus Christ. Uh... I like the mother. uh... Uh... okay. Hmm. He's memorized it. Oh, a little blush. I like they added a little blush there. Oh. Vision's coming back. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Zoom. Mm-hmm. He'll learn as well, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. Hey, we can start learning magic. I'm guessing one of the girls is probably going to be the teacher, if we're going to follow tropes. Wait, what? Oh god, please no. Mm-hmm. Potentially. Oh my god. What does the father think about this, by the way? There we go, one of the girls. Pecan, okay. He. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the okay. Doesn't believe it at first. Yes. Jesus Christ. One of the top 5 mages, okay. Diabicone. Alright. Magic of Bonds, okay. So yeah, we just didn't cover OP or ED that time. Just get as much time... Just get as much time into the episode as possible. That's good. Wow, I'm loving the show. The episode's going by quick as well. That's brilliant. They're going by quick. They're enjoyable. I love the main character still. Like, I really do love the main character of this. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this show a lot. I'm going to enjoy this show a whole lot. Alright, so we've introduced our first character in Dia. Okay, I'm going to start looking at voice actors now, because I feel like the goddess is Yukari Tamura. Why do I recognize your voice? Because... Oh yeah, Pokora from Slime 300. I can definitely hear a bit of that. Rika from Higurashi, I can hear that as well, okay. Yeah, it's a combination of Rika and Pokora that I'm hearing. That's why it was somewhat recognizable. Got it. I don't think there's any other characters. Also a bit of Jibril from No Game No Life. Okay, I can see that as well. Or hear that as well, I should say. Dia is voiced by Reino Ueda. Do I know where you're from? Oh, you're the goddess from Tsukimichi. You're also Juna from Realist, and you're in some other shows this season. Elizabeth from Saint's Magic Power. Ruri from Dr. Stone. Okay. Nagafuchi from Adachi and Sumura. Okay. I can start to hear it. So the dad is Toshiyuki Morikawa, the one I thought I recognized. I didn't quite get it. Oh, he's Paul from Jobless Reincarnation. Interesting. He's also Rufen from Vanitas. Got it. Didn't quite hear that in any of his performances, actually. Kind of a different voice from him. And then the mother is Chiaki Takahashi, who played no one we've really heard of. She was a thief in Dragon Goes House Hunting, and she was in Precon and Hypnosis Mike. Is that really it? I've not heard you in anything else before. Like, seriously? Okay, you're Hakodate from Kill la Kill. Okay. You're in Pokemon as one of the police ladies. Junsa. Have I really not heard you in anything else, like, at all? That's somewhat surprising to me, actually. It's not often I hear, like, a completely new voice for the most part. Yeah, apart from Hakodate, that's really the only thing I've properly heard you in. Interesting. Oh, well. Yeah, very enjoyable episode. Very, very enjoyable episode. They spent more time on it, and they ditched the OP and ED just so they could spend more time on it. I'm just enjoying this. Like, I really am just enjoying this. Like, it's still a bit fast, I think, but I think it needs to be fast if it's going to start covering ground. I mean, there's only so much of his young life that's important in the way he develops for his mission, because between 16 and 18, that's when he has to enact his plan. He can start planning up until that point, but realistically, first 12 years or so, he absolutely has to train. Like, absolutely. All of his time and attention has to go into training and making sure that he's at the peak of his physical and mental condition for when he turns 16. So I guess you could say up until he's 16, he needs to be doing that, but I think before 16, he needs to start observing the hero where possible. I mean, the ultimate way he could actually benefit from this is to get into the hero's party. Like, if he got into the hero's party, ready for the fight against the Demon Lord, he'd be in the prime position to just betray the hero and know everything about the hero up until that point. And would the hero really suspect someone would kill him from his own party? Probably not. So I wonder if that might be a thought that went through his head. It does mean he'd have to fight a lot and fight the Demon Lord, which would probably put him in unnecessary danger when he could probably just take out the hero after all that. But it would also give him so much intel on the hero that he might not be able to acquire elsewhere. I mean, there'd be a lot of suspicion if he started prying into the hero a lot, right? And especially since the hero would probably be in very, very good books with the royals. So he might go against his own family and the royal family as well if he was to try and enact against the hero. That might be the problem that he has to contend with most, is like, if he gets found out that it was him that assassinated the hero, because the world doesn't know the hero is going to ultimately betray them. And if he lets the hero reveal himself as a potential betrayer, it might be too late to bring him down. So that's a problem that I guess we might explore later on. But I don't know, how long has this source material been going on so far? Let's just have a look. Light novel's been going for just over 2 years. So chances are he won't assassinate the hero at the end of the day. He did say, and he did ask the question of, does he have to kill the hero, or if I save the world without killing the hero, is that acceptable as well? Now, the goddess made it seem like that was even more difficult than simply killing the hero, but if he gets attached to the hero, maybe he won't want to kill them. Him, her, whoever it ends up being. So I guess we'll see where that ends up going, but over the course of this anime season, we might not even get to know who the hero is up until that point. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to know of the hero. The hero might be someone we grow up with or know of already. Like, what if one of our main characters that we meet in our training here ends up being the hero all along? That would be problematic. But I don't think they'll go that route with it. I don't think they'll go that route with it anyway, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, loving it. Love the family dynamic so far. Loving the fact that we're introducing our characters at a good pace. And so far, the show's just been super interesting to me. Like, really interesting to me. It's typical isekai, but it's also different enough in just the way it holds itself that it's not dumbed down and, like, giving the hero, or our anti-hero in this case, every advantage just because of who they are. There's established backstory as to why he's getting the way he is, and there's, like, a real build-up of reasoning as to why he's progressing at such a rapid rate, and he has the support to increase that as well from family, since he's born into this family with the sheer purpose of being an assassin as well, which accelerates his training even more, and, like, etc, etc, etc. you can see where all the reasoning behind his rapid growth is coming from. And we get to watch that happen as well, which is not something that typically happens to a new hero born into Isekai world. Normally they're like established as super OP right from the start, and you don't get to see that growth into their OPness sometimes. So yeah, loving this show, and I can't wait to see more of it next week. I wish there was a third episode I could watch right now, because I really just want to keep watching, but alas, we can't. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the full 2021 season you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.